for the City of New Brunswick. The City of New Brunswick intends to allocate/reallocate amongst these two projects a hair over $1.5 million in home subsidy funding to two projects in the City of New Brunswick that are affordable housing based. Beginning, we will be discussing 45 Remsen Avenue. 45 Remsen Avenue was approved by the City Zoning Board back in the summer of 2020. It is 11 affordable housing units. The city intends to subsidize all 11 units as affordable with home funds, and the units will then be deed restricted and protected by that mechanism as affordable and available to the community. The subsidy originally was going to be approximately $800,000. Due to ballooning construction costs across all public, private, nonprofit, what have you, projects, they requested an uptick to $1.05 million, which was done several months ago. However, the city is reallocating the accounts in which the funds are coming from, the different year allocations, in order to accommodate another project, which is also up for discussion at this meeting, and I'll get into that one in a second. But the amount is the same, just the years in which the subsidy is going to be drawn down from will vary. The notice stated that it would be $200,000 of home from 2016, $250,000 from 2017, $250,000 from 2018, $97,491.50 from 2019, and $252,508.50 from 2021 home funds, for a total of $1.05 million for the 45 Remsen project. Additionally, the city intends to subsidize the Sterling Side project, which is approximately 50 units at the intersection of Nielsen and Hassard Street. It encompasses an empty gravel field and a small parking lot, which the floor will be converted into a parking lot space for the building above, and also to meet the parking demand, or the parking that was provided for the original Lord Sterling adaptive reuse several years ago in the old school that became a affordable senior housing. This project is for $500,000, $393,408 of 2020 funds and $106,592 of 2021 funds, for a total of $500,000 of home funds for up to 3 units at 45 Hassard Street, 50 Nielsen Street in New Brunswick. So those are the two amendments as proposed, and I'm here for your feedback and comments on the proposed projects. I see not many people on the call, so I will open it up generally to anyone who has any questions or feedback. Anyone at all? If you're on the phone, you'll have to unmute yourself with *6. I don't want that any of you miss out your opportunity to comment. Can one of you just sort of announce that you heard me, so that I can feel comfortable proceeding?
Yeah, I'm here. I hear you loud and clear. No comments at this time.
Okay, thank you. All right. Seeing as that there are no comments, the public hearing is closed, and the city at 5 o'clock will have a separate meeting for the, mid-year, progress report, for PY program year 2021-2022 DDBG and home action plan. It's on the same call-in line, so you are all welcome to stay until then for that hearing. Thank you all for coming out to this one. Appreciate it.
Pardon me, Mr. Dominguez, we're just waiting for the other hearing to start, is that correct?
That's correct. It's at 5 o'clock. I advertised it for 5 o'clock, so I'm not going to begin it anytime sooner. It wouldn't be appropriate for anybody who wasn't going to come to the first one and intended to come to the second one. So.
Agreed, I'll hold.
All right. Evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of New Brunswick mid-year meeting for their 2021-2022 annual action plan. We'll be going through some of the highlights of programs that have been implemented and carried out in the last 6 months or so. Some stuff is yet to come, a little bit delayed because of COVID, some of it delayed because of winter. So we're just going to tackle some of the major highlights right now. So starting off, late last year, the city purchased sufficient flashing crosswalk signs for 10 intersections to be located in residential areas near schools. The sites have yet, the poles are, flashing crosswalks are purchased, they're in hand at the Department of Public Works. We got them, we took possession of them around Thanksgiving, which made concrete work challenging. We are waiting until the moratoriums on most concrete work are lifted to install them. They should be relatively simple to install as they're solar powered, and they will significantly improve traffic, pedestrian traffic for children crossing to New Brunswick Public Schools. Through the CDBG CV grant, the COVID grant, the city in the last half of 2020 has provided grants, small grants to several small businesses in New Brunswick, retaining or creating more than 15 full-time equivalent employees throughout several COVID-impacted businesses in the city. The Puerto Rican Action Board, serving as the city's fair housing counselor, was able to provide assistance to over 120 households from July through December of 2021 in New Brunswick through fair housing counseling sessions regarding potential issues between landlords and tenants. And our contract with the Union County Development Corporation has produced 3 microloans, 1 other loan, and there was general business training that was made possible to 112, well, okay, so this was all of last year. So cutting back to just the end of the, that's 62 unique clients received business training. There were 11 events, 5 received more specific financial training, and there were 7 loan inquiries in that time. And so because I included all of last year, I'll walk back. The 3 microloans did happen in the second half of 2021. The other loan was in the first half. So that is the closeout consent of that. We hope to be rolling out more projects in the spring and summer of this year with the allocation that we got last year, and hopefully we get a positive allocation this year. The federal government has yet to announce and issue what their numbers will be. I don't think that the HUD bill has been passed yet. Usually, back in the good old days, they used to do it at in the fall, and so by now we would have known, but things got really contentious in Washington about 5-10 years ago, or more than that. It was during the Obama administration, and so now some of these bills drag out into the spring before they're adopted and we get our allocations. And hopefully we get a significant amount of money as we always hope to get, so we can do good projects. So that's kind of the overview on CDBG projects for the third and fourth quarters of 2021, and we just began Q1 and Q2 of 2022, so I don't have any data on that, and that's why it's sort of the mid-year data session. Now I'll open it up to the public with any questions, and obviously, you know, when we have more fun, when we have our allocation, we'll have a hearing for that before the 2022-2023 plan is adopted. So again, I open it to the public. There's only a few people that I see that are on the call, so anyone who wants to speak up, questions, etc., it's your time to shine. Anyone at all? Anybody on the call want to confirm that they heard everything and may or may not have any comments to add? That way I can feel comfortable if I need to close out the session.
Hi, Mr. Dominguez. Charlie Cradaville here. I can hear you loud and clear. No comments.
All right. Okay, thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it. Seeing as I have nothing else to present and none of the public here have anything to add, I really appreciate you all coming out to my hearing tonight, and you know, have a great weekend. I know it's supposed to rain, I think, till tomorrow, but make the best of it, you know, and enjoy. Take care, everyone.
Thanks. You too.